And thank you for joining us for the second half hour of The Factor Uncensored. Does the size of a man's gun have anything to do with what he is packing personally? According to a new study, that answer is yes. Researchers found the smaller a gun owner's penis, the bigger their gun is. My next guests are here to share if they believe male gun owners are trying to compensate for something. Sonora Harris wrote that, our producer, so blame her for that line. Joining us to talk about it, psychotherapist Dr. Dick Hardy, sex expert Lady McCallan, and gun owners Darius Sanders and Georgia Braco, who owns a bazooka. George. Kidding. George, you own every gun possible. So what do you think about this theory, George? Are you putting much into it? What? You've seen a lot of customers come in, but I mean, you haven't seen the customers, but you've seen the customers.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we don't know that, but you know.
I mean, look, so I think of it like this. Look, you know, I can speak to me personally. Look, I carry a big gun. I'm not ashamed to say I carry a big gun. Am I overcompensating for something? No. And you know what? I could have brought some expert witnesses in here, you know, and I could have proved that to you. You know. But am I overcompensating for something? No, I'm definitely not. I carry a big gun because I got to be ready for what's out there, and I got to be ready to use that big gun, pull that thing out, whip it out, and put it to work.
All right, Darius, you wait, what did you just say?
He's gonna whip it out.
Yeah. All right, Darius, let's hear from you.
When I'm at the gun range, I see the diversity, and I've seen it. I've seen guys come in, right, and I know they don't have training. I know they don't know what they're looking for, but they say, I want the biggest gun you got. And I'm like, why? Just because. And I know there's something going on, but that's on them. And so, you know, like Case Movie said earlier, some guys like fast cars. Why? And so it might be because they're not packing, so they need something to pack. Because that gun gonna compensate for itself.
There you go, Dr. Dick Hardy. Let's hear from you on this. Why would a man who may have a smaller package personally look for a bigger gun?
Psychologically.
So here's the thing. I mean, the truth is, you know, we want to believe the narrative, but people buy guns for a number of different reasons. You know, I mean, not to be spoiler alert, but the correlation between this and that, it's not really valid. You know, it's kind of like a tale that we've just adopted.
So you say this study that they did is a bunch of bull?
Well, you know, I dived into the study, and one of the things they were saying is around their satisfaction with their, you know, package size, and that could, you know, people satisfied for different reasons, you know.
Right.
But yeah, no, there's no correlation there.
All right, Doctor.
I hate to bring apart.
Oh, doctor.
Lady McCallan.
Listen, okay.
Your thoughts on this? I mean, as a sex expert.
Me personally, I've dealt with a lot of men that have a lot of insecurity issues, and one of the weirdest things is the guys that have the bigger, you know, packages tend to have more insecurity, which is very weird to me, right? You would think it was the other way around. So usually when somebody has a very large penis, they are super insecure and they want me to like make fun of it, right? So this.
Wait.
Yes. Okay. So you can rate a penis. This is another topic altogether. Okay. But no. So I have noticed that men are insecure for different reasons, right? So it is about endurance and stamina and things like that more than it seems to be about size. So the guys that are really good at sex and they know they're really good at it don't really feel like they have to overcompensate than the ones that, even with the bigger penises, that can't get the job done. They tend to be way more insecure. So I don't think it has anything to do with size. I think it has to do with ability, honestly, and your own like insecurities, right? Because, you know, what is that the saying? You know, it's not the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. I mean, it's true. It's really true, though. Like if you know how,
no one's saying anything.
It's up size the boat. Okay, so no. What I'm saying here is, I don't think it has anything to do with size. It has to do with like how their ego is inside, like what they want to feel like they need to compensate for.
And what psychology do you practice at your store when people, what do you see when people are buying guns, George?
You know, I see a lot of what he mentioned. I want the biggest gun just because, you know, I need a lot of rounds and I need a big bullet that's going to really hurt.
And it checks out. It checks out because I'm 5 feet tall, right? I'm 5 feet tall and I have shot a tank, and I'm not going to lie to you, that was probably the most like feeling I've ever had in my life.
Yes.
So it checks out.
There's some relief that you get from shooting guns.
Especially big guns.
It's the biggest stress relief ever.
Yeah.
And
nice.
She'd agree. Wouldn't y'all agree with me?
I've heard certain things on the range from men and women. Like men, I get these big guys that come in, they shoot the fully autos, and afterwards they're like,
sometimes you let them moan out, man.
Yeah.
Okay. No, there have been things that have happened when I was shooting certain guns. So yeah, things have happened.
Or,
so yes.
Or
it's a good feeling.
Sometimes people like getting the big guns, appendix carried. So when women look, it look like it's a package.
Yeah.
And it's really not.
Yeah, that's
not the reason I carry a big gun.
That's gun fishing.
That's not carrying. I ain't gonna do my boy George like that.
It's definitely not the reason I carry a big gun.
Go ahead, Dr. Hardy.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, people buy guns for so many different reasons, you know, and that's why I you know, kind of poke holes at this study a little bit, because saying, oh, men who do this, like these broad generalizations, I mean, there's little validity in it because, again, I mean, you could grow up with guns. You can, you know, feel unsafe. You can, you know, be ignorant and just feel like, hey, the bigger the gun, the safer I am. I mean, there's so many different factors that contribute to why someone would purchase a big gun other than,
what if you have a brand new gun, you're scared to take it out the pack?
Hey,
we're gonna have to work through that. We're gonna have to work through that.
My new guns don't even get in the pack.
We're gonna have to work through that. But you know, some people say that, you know, you drive a big truck or you're overcompensating or something. I drive a big truck, but I got a small car too.
There you go.